Welcome guys, and I'm very excited to work with you on the CC Spotlight. It's an effect that will give you lots of variations and you can create very nice lights and spotlights and even transition with it. So open After Effects with me please and let's work together. I would like you also to play with it. It's easy, it's simple, but yet the number of possibilities and the variations make it very interesting. Let's start. We are going to use Las Vegas video for the spotlight. I will just take Las Vegas and drop it on the create comp to have our new composition. Let's take spotlight now and drop it on the video itself. First, you want to notice what did the spotlight do to your video. So it has darkened all the video except one part that looks like a novel or somehow an ellipse. Let's look at the controls a bit. We have the from, which is the start point of your spotlight. If you look carefully here, you will find it over here. If you click on it and drag, you will notice that you change where the light is coming from. You also have the to. If you just scrub it now, you will notice that it's moving. Usually it's mixed with the anchor point. But after that, you can hold it and just drag it around to move your light or your spotlight anywhere you want. You notice that the light is always coming from the from and heading towards the to. This is very important because this is what you are going to animate. But there is something else. If you reduce the distance from the from to the to, then your spotlight will become almost a circle. If you increase the distance, then your spotlight will start opening up and becoming like it's almost a cone. This is the from and to controls that you can play with to get your light to move around. Now you notice it's pretty realistic. If your light is coming from here and is spotting just in front, it's going to be a circle. But if it's spotting very far, then it's going to look like a cone and it's losing somehow intensity. Now you have here in the controls the height. The height, you could say, is the distance between the from and the to. It's not really 50, but you can just imagine. If you put it to 0, you notice how the cone is connecting the light to its source, the from. So now that's very interesting because it looks like the light is rotating around the to. So if you move it, it's rotating around the from, or it's rotating around the to. So you have a cone here almost. If you increase the height to its maximum, that's 100, it will become like just a circle or an oval, but still will be taking in consideration how far the light is from its source and becoming like a cone. It's like you have a flashlight in your hand. If you take it far, it will open up the light, spread it more. If you take it near, it's just a spotlight in front of you. Cool. And there is the cone angle. I want to put the height to 0 so you really notice the cone angle. If you take the cone angle to 0, you don't have a cone. It just closes. If you open it, you have a very nice cone now opening up. You notice what's happening. This is very nice to make an opening, for example, besides having the spotlight. So if you hike the height a bit and you play with the cone, you notice what's happening. It's opening up. So actually you need to visualize all this. You need to understand how it's working. You need to come to After Effects and play with the spotlight because it's really amazing. For example, this is a very nice animation already. If you come from over here and your light goes like this, something like this, it's really pretty nice. You can come and play with it and create an animation. Now you have the edge softness. If you take it to 0, it will become very sharp, of course. If you take it to its maximum, which I think is 100%, it becomes very blurred. It's still very interesting to highlight certain areas in your video or on the layer that might require to be highlighted. Cool. Let's take it back, for example. I don't remember. Let's reset it. Now, there is intensity. Notice exactly what we have here. The intensity is in direct relation with the light shadow. If you turn down light shadow, you have light only, light add, you have gel, and so on. Cool. Let's take the intensity to its maximum and notice what's happening. When the light is intense, it means everything else will become dark except where your light is. So if you take down the height, Notice what's happening. Now you have only the cone that you can see. This is pretty interesting, and already you can create an animation here that will open, for example, your video. You come over here, turn it down, and then when you are over here, just maybe here, you open the cone and you have a nice opening if you like to. Of course, this one should be outside. I will reset. Now we have worked with the light shadow. So this is the effect of the light shadow. With the intensity, you only see what's inside the light. Pretty useful and pretty nice even when you're working with 3D. So now we have explored all the controls, including intensity, and whatever is going to be rendered, what we are going to see depends on the render. In our case now, it has been only light shadow. This is the default, but you also have light only, light add, and light add plus that we will see in the next lecture, and we'll see how to work with them. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next lecture.